The Monster Hunter World Beta allowed us to experience a lot of things Monster Hunter World has to offer. However, there is more to it, and there are a lot of differences between the main game and what we experienced during the betas. I'm Darcblade, and this is 7 differences between the Monster Hunter World Beta and the full game. Now, those of you who are Monster Hunter veterans will no doubt be aware of these, but hopefully this video will help out newcomers. First of all, time limits. During the beta we were given very strict time limits, 20 minutes for most quests, with the Nergigante quest being only 15 minutes. In the full game the time limits are a lot more lenient. Most quests are 50 minutes, which gives you time to carefully plan out a hunt, farm for materials and items to help you take down the monster more easily, and so on. Whilst yes, some of the story quests and some of the unique missions may have a shorter time limit, it won't be anything like it was in the beta. During Monster Hunter streams and videos, a lot of comments were about the 20-minute time limit and how it was an off-put for some people. So those people will be pleased to hear that the time limits are not that strict in the main game. Next are the amount of lives, or how many times you can faint in the game. During the beta this was very generous, with most of the quests allowing us to faint 9 times before the quest would fail. However, in the Nergigante quest we got a taste of what it's going to be like in the main game. However, in the main game it's actually going to be even more limited. In the Nergigante quest we had 5 faints, but in the main game during a hunt it will only be 3 lives. However, with careful planning, 3 lives should be enough to take on a monster, especially with the more generous time limits. It just means you have to be a bit more careful, cautious, and you have to plan your attacks a little bit more. Next is free mode, or expedition mode as it's normally called in the game. Whilst during the beta we only got to experience hunts that came with time limits, mission objectives and whatnot, but in the main game there is also the ability to take on expedition mode, which is pretty much free mode. Here you can explore, uncover the map, collect items, farm for materials and more. You can even take on monsters however you see fit. However, you won't get quest rewards for actually taking down a monster, you'll just get the materials the monster yields. Expedition mode is likely to be many people's favourites, as the limitations of quests are removed. It is also a great way to acclimatise yourself to different maps, areas and more. Which brings us on to the next difference, which is there will be a lot more maps. On top of that there will also be a town hub, where you can craft items, purchase supplies and more. At the time of this video I'm unsure how many areas there are, but the beta did not give us every area in the game, which is pleasing to hear. Next, and in keeping with talking about maps, is that the maps will be hidden, as in when you first go to an area you need to explore it, uncover the different base camps, where the resources are like mining nodes and plants, and so on. In the beta we were lucky with having everything revealed to us, but this won't be the case in the main game. We will have to take time to explore each and every nook and cranny of the maps. Doing this in the early game is probably optimal, as when it comes to the harder hunts, it means you will know where various items, supplies and natural traps are located. The next difference is that trunk of supplies that was in your tents, well, it won't be always stocked. Also, your inventory won't be always stocked full with items. You won't be able to go into every hunt carrying the maximum amount of demon powder, hardshell powder, max potions and so on. These will all have to be purchased or crafted in the field. So before going on a hunt, maybe it's best to spend some time in expedition mode, gathering materials for future hunts. If not, then that 50-minute time limit also allows you some valuable time to go exploring and get some supplies needed for the hunt ahead. This is also something to be aware of if you're a ranged weapon user, as your ammunition types won't always be supplied with every hunt. You'll need to either purchase them from stores or, like I said, craft them in the field. And the final difference between the beta and the main game is why we hunt. Now, lore reasons aside, the mechanics behind Monster Hunter to why we hunt is to take on a monster, beat it, and then use the supplies and resources gathered from it to create new gear and new items to go out and take on even harder monsters, and then you rinse and repeat. This means that there will be a lot of farming in the game, whether it be for supplies, ammunition types, gear, weapons or more. Sometimes as well you won't have enough materials, so you'll have to do a monster multiple times in order to get the right materials to craft that piece of gear or that weapon you really want. So this is something you need to be aware of when the main game releases. Anyway, those have been 7 differences between the Monster Hunter World Beta and the full release. Now the game is coming out in a few days, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited for this. And over the next coming weeks I'll continue to produce little tips and tricks videos, as well as more in-depth walkthroughs and guides to the weapons and tools of the game. So until next time, I've been Darcblade, bringing you a quick video regarding 7 differences between the Monster Hunter World Beta and the full release. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.